Jay-Z sent the private investigators to question content creators about Diddy.
Allegedly.
Tony Busby, the lawyer for 120 plus Diddy victims, just posted a picture of the private investigators that are harassing him, his family, his former clients, and more. Tony Busby posted this photo of these private investigators that are going around harassing him and people around him, and also that he got a phone call recorded of these private investigators trying to pay people money to lie about him. And unless this man has a body double, he looks exactly like the private investigator that went around questioning content creators, trying to pay them money to say if anybody was having them talk about celebrities' connections to Diddy, and also saying that they would pay them to change their narratives on the topic that they're talking about. I'm sure you guys remember the video that my friend Secret Service Samson posted to TikTok of this exact private investigator coming to his house, and they also refused to show them identity, that they were private investigators, and also refused to talk about who they worked for and who they were getting paid by. Now, alongside this picture, Tony Busby said investigators from New York have contacted many of our law firm's current and former clients. These investigators aren't very smart. What they didn't anticipate was one of the clients decided to record the conversation. It's shocking and illegal. And here's a portion taken directly from the transcript of the contact. In a couple of days, or maybe by next week, anyone Googling Busby or his company or his practice are going into litigation, okay? What we are trying to do, we are trying to put this thing together for the company that we are working for. We could get you paid. You could get money right now, you know. We gave this kid $1,000 to start yesterday just to get him on the right path. At the end of the day, this is going to go through the courts. Busby is getting sued. Now, before Jane Doe's lawsuit was even edited with Jay-Z's name in it, Tony Busby said that he was getting harassed and people around him were getting harassed by these private investigators, calling them, trying to get them to spread lies about Tony Busby. Tony Busby figured out who these private investigators worked for. He said the investigation firm called Lex Intelligence continues to harass our firm and its clients. And they also made their website private after he exposed all of this. Tony Busby wasn't lying, because after he outed who this company was, Lex Intelligence took down their company website, and it's still down right now if you go and Google it. If you're a legitimate company, why are you taking down your whole company's website? What don't you want us to know? Tony Busby went on to say they won't say who they ultimately work for, but they have confirmed that the law firm that engaged with them was Quinn Emanuel. That is a global law firm that is easily found on the web. It has a Houston office, but I suspect these activities are being coordinated by the New York office. We know that Alex Spiro is partnered with Quinn Emanuel specifically in their New York office, and this private investigation firm, based on the information that I could find, and I couldn't find much because they privated even their LinkedIn account, is that they are a New York private investigation firm. Tony Busby has been collecting all of this information on these private investigators and who they're tied to. And I know for a fact that he knows that these are the same private investigators that were on the news and caught on camera by my friend Secret Service Samson. People might be really confused, like, what does this have to do with the Jane Doe filing a lawsuit against Jay-Z? This is all because Jay-Z and his lawyer put in a motion to the judge saying that a random woman called into them claiming that she believed that Tony Busby was having clients lie in their lawsuits about Diddy. And the woman that allegedly called Quinn Emanuel and gave them all of this information about Tony Busby said that she wanted to remain anonymous and she did not want anybody to know her name. And they're saying that a woman that works at Quinn Emanuel will go on a sworn affidavit and state that all of these things are true, that this woman did call into Quinn Emanuel and say all of this stuff. So it's not a direct statement from whoever this mysterious woman is. Tony Busby clapped back to that motion last night. right. He said, listen, I'm playing chess, not checkers. I write on behalf of my client, Jane Doe, as well on the behalf of myself and my firm, in the response to several recent improper communications directed to the court by the counsel for the defendant, Sean Carter. On December 8th of 2024, my client filed an amended complaint naming Mr. Carter as an additional defendant in this matter. In conjunction with that filing, my firm filed a renewed motion for the plaintiff to proceed anonymously. Rather than merely oppose that motion as we would be expected and proper, defendant Carter filed his own motion to deny anonymity. Then it appears that defendant Sean Carter made separate filings which we believe are improper and deficient to serve as pretext for the defense counsel to submit 2 letter briefs to the court on December 9th and December 10th. These letter briefs are frankly nothing short of defamation, hiding behind thin veneer of litigation privilege. Except for the one sentence requesting an expedited hearing, the letter briefs have absolutely nothing to do with the only pending issue before the court, which would be whether my client should be allowed to continue to proceed anonymously. Busby is saying you have Sean Carter filing all of these motions that have nothing to do with the issue at hand. These letters are otherwise irrelevant, and the amended complaint allegations are inflammatory and frivolous, as the counsel's plea that Mr. Carter is entirely innocent are merely press releases dressed as legal filings. On the December 10th letter, it goes much further and entirely too far by accusing my firm and I of outright unethical behavior that has never happened, which I will never contest. To be clear, my firm and I deny all of the baseless allegations levied by Mr. Carter and his counsel in these letters. We will respond in due course and due time through the law and otherwise appropriate means to the legal issues at hand, as well as the accusations raised by Mr. Carter and his counsel. We will also address verifiable improprieties committed by the defense counsel, outright illegal conduct for which we have actual evidence rather than vague hearsay declarations. For the moment, we simply want to timely inform the court that such responses will be forthcoming. In less courty terms, Tony Busby is saying, I am not going to be like Jay-Z and his lawyer and file things that have absolutely nothing to do with the situation at hand, but I am going to back up everything with actual evidence of all of their claims that they are saying about me, plus illegal conduct that they are illegally doing. Y'all, I told y'all this just keeps getting more and more interesting, but y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.